Hello everybody, I'm Crazy KO and welcome to Sherlock Holmes, The Testament. No, let's see Sherlock Holmes versus this, or Sherlock Holmes and the this. Why does he look like he has no eyes? Just like this dark hole. Hello everybody, I'm Crazy KO and welcome to The Testament of Sherlock Holmes. Now this is the next one in our Frogwares Sherlock Holmes massive playthrough. We get a substantial graphics update in this one. Other than that, I know nothing about it.
You do? Do you not remember?
No.
Oh. Do you want me to semi-spoil it? No?
No, no spoilers.
Can I
Conscience.
tell you? No, I won't, because that will...
No spoilers. Conscience is not allowed to spoil
Not
things.
pounds of lemon juice.
So, let's get into this. Ooh, that was an aquarium. Frogwares! We've missed
you. Get the creepiest intro ever used as a framing device. That I will tell you.
Creepy intro. Yay!
Creepy framing device.
Huh. Testament of Sherlock Holmes. I like the flying. Are those bats or birds? Probably crows.
Never know.
Oh, hello.
This made Outside Xbox's creepiest children video.
Did it?
Yes.
I mean, they're already creepy. They keep stuff in jars. Oh, you're kind of creepy. Your horse is even creepier, I gotta say. Did your hair just change color?
No, there's...
Oh, okay, there's two of them. I was like...
There's three.
Oh. Hello? Is that you laughing?
Like I said, creepiest children video.
La. Yeah, they're creepy children. Oh.
What's this?
What's what? What are you doing? Oh, you're being an airplane. Okay. La. Shouldn't play with those. They're probably very fragile. You're probably gonna break one, aren't you? Because you're a spoiled, rotten, small child. Don't do it! Oh, you did it.
Ooh.
Your mouth totally didn't say that, but sure.
Oh, look! It's a book!
I feel like that mannequin wasn't... Or
Maybe it's a book about pirates with a treasure map. No, I don't think so.
Oh, look at her face. She was angry there for a second. Very
I
angry.
had seen through all your lies. Oh, start from the beginning, not the middle.
Why do we have creepy children?
And so I decided to pick up my pen to relate the most
Her
disturbing episode
face
of
is
my life
creepy.
this far.
It all began early one morning in 1898 when Sherlock Holmes invited me to accompany him on a visit to the Marquis of Conyngham.
Fun. Ooh, look at us. We do look nicer. Ooh, hello. Yes, you're a face.
Watson, my dear fellow, we can now go and inform the Marquis that we have found the
You have a
Samoan
voice.
necklace, and very much faster than Inspector Baines, too, which pleases me.
Have you really solved the theft, Holmes? And
Yeah,
so
Watson's
quickly?
the same, but sure.
I have indeed, Watson, and believe me, it was completely unnecessary to spread out all over London, as our friend Baines thought was best. He likes to boast that his methods are equal to mine, but once again the outcome has contradicted
He's got a
him.
much deeper
After all
voice,
these
yeah.
years of accompanying you upon your investigations, I thought that by now I should be reasonably capable of following your train of
Watson,
thought.
you have a
But
really
in
weird
this
mouth
particular
this time.
case,
I think it's just
I
the way
must
that
admit
his
that I don't
mustache is
understand
above his
anything
lip.
at
It's
all.
like he has two
Ah,
lips.
you see, but you do not observe, Watson. There lies the difference. It is
Is
a
this
matter
their
of
house?
course.
No, this is the Marquis of Cunningham.
A matter of
okay.
course, in the
I
middle
was
of
gonna
the
say, it's
night,
really
when
fancy,
everyone is
fancy
fast
things.
asleep, the service bell within that room rings out and alerts the servants. They dress quickly and come running, but the door is locked and there is a strong smell of burning from within. A few seconds later, the master of the house himself, the robbed Marchioness's husband, the Marquis of Conyngham, arrives and
Yeah, I feel like
unlocks
they
the
should
door
have just leveled
using
his
the
mustache
soul
as
key.
his top lip.
A fire has
So it looks
started
weird.
inside the room, but they have managed to arrive in time to put it out. It is
I
at
should
that
be paying
moment
attention to
that
this.
the Marquis realizes that the famous Samoan necklace, which had been safe within its glass cabinet only a few hours earlier, has now disappeared.
In order to explain, let us confirm my theory before the arrival of Inspector Baines.
I like that aquarium with the seahorses holding it up. Use this to look around. Oh, I actually use arrow keys. That's cool. It's also our first non-point and click. That's cool.
I know, I love
like
the aquarium.
aquarium.
Cool.
That is so cool. There's so much more detail in this one too. Like if you look at the furniture,
Mhm.
it's so much more textured, and this one has the creases in it that you get from the stitching.
Told you there was
The
a graphics
candlesticks,
update.
yeah. There's actual like individual leaves instead of just. Wow, those are actually really impressive leaves. Sorry, I'm gonna go gaga over the graphics. Graphics are
Even
like
though they're not great.
they're not great, but for what we've seen in this series so far, this is a major step up. Like even just the wallpaper. The pictures are a little bit fuzzy. I wish this portrait was a bit better.
It's
But it is a painting, so
Yeah.
it's allowed to not be 100%. But just compared to some of the other pictures, I wish it, like, if you look at this one in comparison, I guess not, but just from a distance it looks better. But yeah, these plants are really good. Like, for plants, normally plants are one of the indicators in a game if the graphics aren't incredibly good, because usually the plant will just be one structure. They won't have tried to put in individual leaves, but for them to put in one of these, what is this one called?
It's a philodendron.
Okay, I thought it was a philodendron.
It's a Swiss cheese plant.
Yeah, so for them to put in the philodendron with all the slits in the leaves and like individual leaves and stuff, that's a nice looking plant. So I appreciate that. But yeah, like look at the detail on this piano. Sorry, I know I should be playing the game. I'm just going gaga over graphics because we just haven't had the same graphics.
With the ash.
There's like a phone cord. That's interesting. Look at the broken showcase and click on it. Okay. Sorry. Look at the floor. We even get, like, in this one, the lighting even. We get a bit of dimension in the lighting. Like, we got more shadows. When I move the camera, there's that glint off the floor depending on the angle. Wow.
This window was cut with a diamond. A clean, discreet piece of work. This is where the necklace was.
See how tiny the hole is, and not one fingerprint upon the window.
Tweezers. You always interact with left mouse button. After clues examined, the icon will turn green. Please move Sherlock near the left window. You should see 2 clue icons simultaneously. Okay.
All the windows are locked. They've not been forced. A mark, undoubtedly made by a diamond. Someone tried to cut the glass, but he was interrupted.
Therefore, the thief tried to escape through the window, but he was interrupted.
Yes. Go to the chimney, you will see the hand icon on the magnifying glass. Take it and click on it. Oh, I see. That's kind of fun, having it in there. You can open your inventory by clicking right mouse button. As per normal. While playing, you can always activate any of your items from your inventory by rolling the central wheel of your mouse. Okay, so if I'd gone like this. Okay, I see. That's handy. That's actually very handy, so I don't have to open my inventory every time. That is a smart game mechanic. Good work, Frogwares. I appreciate it. Near the piano, some music scores are on the floor. Activate an item by selecting in the inventory or dragging it. Yeah, I like the scrolling the mouse. Now I gotta remember that that's a thing.
Let us examine the crumpled
That's the
scores
one
that
problem.
have fallen off the piano.
With playing a series of games is remembering the little changes that as they think, gee, we could make this more user-friendly, or gee, we could make this a little bit easier process, is remembering that that's a new process now.
Nothing of interest here. Nothing of interest here.
Oh,
These
he's-
sooty prints
here we
were
go.
left by a tiny hand.
Is it a
I
monkey?
don't understand why these music scores are covered with
Yeah,
salt.
I just spoiled the whole game for myself.
You spoiled like the first 2 minutes.
Okay, good. I was like, wow, if I'm investigating this whole time and I know it's a monkey that's done all of these crimes.
No.
Okay,
that's
good.
like the 2-minute intro sequence.
Good. I was like, I hope this is just a quest or like a scenario that's just teaching me the new mechanics of the game. Because that would have been disappointing. Press R or middle mouse button to switch. Okay. Left shift will make... Okay, good. We got a shift run now. Yeah, instead of a double click. R to switch to point to click mode. I don't want point to click mode. To move character, just left click on the destination you want. No, I don't want
You
to.
can switch back. Just do it to get rid of the thing.
Yeah, I know how to double. I hate this. Run to the direction, double click somewhere. Yeah. Switch back to third person, press R. My character move faster, press and hold left shift. Yeah, I'd much rather play a game like this, where I actually feel like I'm in somewhat control instead of hoping that Sherlock decides to go where I'm clicking. Okay, make your character move faster. Yeah, I did that. Look, I did it, game. Whee! Yeah, you're gonna... There we go. Press space. Activate 6 cents. Ooh, we have eagle vision, huh? Oh, okay, so it's this.
Yeah.
Now search room for other clues. Oh, did they stay up? No, they disappeared.
They come up with them
Candle.
once you're in.
It must have fallen from the
Also, there are
chandelier.
various trophies for this game, depending on how little you manage to
Not
use
very
that
well
6
kept, this
cents.
aquarium.
So don't
I can
use
see a
it.
dead fish floating
Okay.
on the surface.
Poor dead fish. I love this aquarium. And you can see, like, even look at this water effect that's going on here. I mean, we don't have any, like, refraction with the piano. Like, if you look, the piano lines up with where it is. But even just, we've got a bit of movement on the surface.
No, if you go up so that you're looking through the top, you've got a little bit.
No, like, if you look at the carpet line,
Oh yeah, I suppose.
it's not refracting. But just that there's that little bit of viscosity to it. And
8 years old.
I know it's 8 years old. But and even just the change again in lighting. Sorry, I'm going gaga over it because I'm so used to the other Sherlock Holmes games that finally I have one that, yes, it doesn't look great by today's standards, but compared to what we've been playing in this series, it's so much better. Okay,
All the windows are locked. They've not been forced.
yeah, we know that.
All the windows are locked. They've not been forced.
Okay. Oh, wow. All of these are
The
popping
fire
up.
started here, just beneath the bell pull.
Whoever pulled the cord would have had his feet in the fire, unless it was pulled before the fire started. Heading towards his chosen escape route, probably the window, the thief knocked over the stool, which then caught
He teaches
fire.
Monkey
But
how
why
to use a
didn't he try to
diamond?
put the fire out at once?
Wow. That's cool. I want a thief monkey.
Strange. There are some objects here that have been knocked over.
Not that I condone the
The
owning
chest
of
wasn't opened.
some
The
exotic
necklace
animals.
wasn't in it.
Because it usually doesn't end well for the poor animal.
Footprints. You are not going to get on your knees to examine them.
There is no need. It is soot. The servants must have trodden in it while they were putting out the fire.
So I'm guessing the monkey accidentally started the fire? Or maybe intentionally. Okay, we've got all of these. We got that. Hey, Watson.
What do you think, Holmes?
No,
Let
I
us
didn't
search the
actually
room
want to talk
before
to
the
you,
police
but-
get here. We might throw some light onto all this.
Hey, that
When the
does...
servants arrived at the door, having been alerted by the bell, they saw evidence of the theft and the fire, but they didn't see the thief.
This door is very hard to force. The Marquis is the only person to have the key. The thief could not get out through here until eventually, when the door was opened by the servants.
Sure. What I was gonna say is... now I've lost it. Oh, yeah, why aren't we working with Lestrade? Or is this just because it's in a different place?
Strahd's on holiday.
Oh, Lestrade's on holiday. There you go. I'm sure they would have told us that, maybe?
They will.
This draft screen makes an ideal hiding
Because that's how
place.
screens work.
As the theft
Poke
was
them and
committed
they
at night,
fold.
I
It's
conclude
the
that the
same
thief
door
hid
opening.
himself
Yeah.
behind the draft screen and waited until he was alone in the room. Strange. There aren't any prints. Yet I'm sure that the thief hid here.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. You're already here.
Good morning, Inspector. You've arrived just in time.
Scotland Yard arrives like the cavalry, always in the nick of time. Ah, but I know that satisfied expression, Mr. Holmes. Have you already solved the case?
Yes, look at my bouncing
It's
eyebrows.
possible.
We have retraced the thief's rather unusual footsteps. He is a true acrobat. But what I cannot understand is that
Watson,
when
your
the
eyes
servants
are
entered
very
the room,
wide.
there was no one to be seen. An acrobat, perhaps, but an invisible one? I do not think so.
The only explanation is that the thief escaped before the servants arrived. I don't know how, but there is no other way.
Half a point for the doctor, nil for the inspector.
I am pleased to see that you find the situation amusing, Mr. Holmes. Very well then, explain.
Dr. Watson was correct when he mentioned acrobatics, but he is mistaken about the nature of the acrobat. As for you, Baines, you're quite incorrect, as the thief was in the room when the servants entered.
Explain, for heaven's sake, Mr. Holmes.
Watson, how could a thief be missed in the middle of 8 men?
I don't know. Because he is very small? Stop teasing us, Holmes.
Exactly, because he is small. Small and remarkably agile.
You're thinking of a monkey?
And a trained monkey at that, without a doubt, a Leontopithecus rosalia from Central America. The animal had been hidden inside the room for several hours, calmly awaiting the signal from his master. Once night had fallen and the room was empty, a high-frequency whistle alerted the monkey that it was time to begin the procedure for which he had been trained. The monkey emerged from his hiding place and used the point of a diamond to open the glass cabinet and steal the necklace. He headed across to the window by the chimney, but knocked over the stool, which in turn knocked aside the fire guard and started the fire. The frightened monkey jumped from the chimney by swinging from the bell pull, thus alerting the house servants. He then went to the window and began to use his diamond to cut a hole, but was interrupted by the staff trying to gain entry via the door, and he panicked again. He ran across the piano, scattering the music scores onto the floor before hiding inside the chandelier,
It's like the ladder
knocking
animation.
over a candle.
Finally,
The
Yeah.
servants and the Marquis entered the room, leaving the door open while they put out the fire. It was during the confusion that our agile little thief made his escape through the doorway. As simple as that.
A brilliant explanation. Bravo, Holmes.
And the necklace?
I can see it from here, my friends. It's right in front of us.
We have searched the room from top to bottom, Holmes. How were we unable to find it?
Because we paid insufficient
Oh, you think he
attention
looks like
to
someone?
the only
Yes.
I gotta see him
victim of this
again. I'll
affair.
let you know.
What victim? No one is dead?
Yes, Watson.
Fish is dead.
A poor goldfish whose destiny was to die, crushed by one of the most precious necklaces in England.
Just happened to fall on a fish.
The aquarium is just beneath the chandelier. I understand.
The little monkey had likely hung the necklace around its neck and lost it when he leapt from the chandelier. The jewels fell into the aquarium where they remain now.
Cool.
Marquis, here is your necklace, intact, just a little wet.
Mr. Holmes, this brilliant demonstration does credit to your reputation.
Thank you so much, Marquis. Do you wish to verify the authenticity of your jewel?
No, I recognize it. I have spent many hours admiring it, you know.
Good. I will return it to its box and...
Inspector, a bank has just been held up. You must follow me at once. Orders of Scotland Yard.
What times?
Sirs, duty calls. My regards, Marquis. And well done again, Mr. Holmes.
There, the necklace is in its box. We've lost enough time here. Let's go home, Watson.
Ah, very well, as you wish. A good day to you, Marquis.
With pleasure, gentlemen. And once again, thank you.
Cool. We're going home. This is much more elegant Baker Street. We've turned it more classy. He still lives with us. Is he still married?
Oh, no.
No, he's
This
not married.
morning's newspaper. Holmes,
No, 'cause at
have
this
you read
point,
this article about you?
Reichenbach has already
No,
happened,
Watson,
therefore
not
his wife's
yet,
dead.
and I won't have time to.
Okay.
Read it before
She's
you
not married
leave.
anymore, she's
It's
dead.
outrageous.
If you insist.
Ooh, yeah, science table! Ooh, look at our science table. It's so sciencey now.
The fun thing is, it's the same wallpaper and floor.
Yeah!
It just looks.
Well, because now we've got, like, actual lighting. We've got, like, texture on the wall panels. The furniture looks more accurate. It's not as clunky. It's actually got, like, little bits to it. It looks so much tidier. I like how they've moved, like, it feels more spacious. Because they've decluttered it a bit. Like, it's still got the same amount of furniture, but it's less cluttered. I think because we don't have a carpet at this end. Toby. Oh, we have Toby? Toby. Sometimes. Look at the street. Oh, look at those windows. We got smog on the windows. That's a nice touch. Sorry, I'm gonna be just gushing over stuff. Lots of plants. But yeah, see, now we've got, like, texture in the light. Look, we have the overall, we've got light coming in from here. We've got these lights on the floor. We've got light from the lamp, which is affecting things. The floor is shiny. We've got a shoe rack. Yeah, this looks so much nicer. What was I doing? Watson, what am I doing? Please remind me.
Read the paper, Holmes.
Oh, reading the paper. Okay. Alright, September 1988. 1897. 97.
Reading.
Reading is hard. 1898. Globe Explorer. Alright, Sherlock Holmes at the home of Marquis of Cunningham. The investigation is a fiasco. Yesterday, the celebrated detective Sherlock Holmes was invited to the manor of the Marquis of Cunningham to supply his conclusions following his investigation into the disappearance of the priceless Samoan necklace. It should be recalled that the lady called in the detective after the police appeared flummoxed in the face of the astonishing circumstances surrounding the theft. Indeed, the valuable piece of jewellery disappeared while the door to the room in which it was displayed was locked. The alarm was raised by the servants, alerting by the room's service bell ringing out during the night. When the Marquis, the only person of I don't know why reading is so hard today. The only person in possession of the key opened the door. Everyone rushed in to extinguish a fire that had started, before it was noticed that the necklace had mysteriously vanished. The most astonishing factor is that no thief was found within the room, and all exits were closed. As usual, Mr. Holmes resolved the case in the twinkling of an eye, and the jewel was recovered. I will not waste my time on the various explanations as to the disappearance, because I would prefer to draw your attention, dear readers, to the last surprising developments of the case. Following the departure of Sherlock Holmes, who placed the necklace in the safe himself, the Marquis noted that the jewel was nothing but a poor copy of the original. Let it not be forgotten that the Samoan necklace, although plain and without ornament, is unique because of the rarity of its pearls. Pearls which are found only in a small part of the lagoon of the archipelago of the same name, and to which scientists attribute their exceptional quality to the strong density of crystal and aragonite that they are made of. The priceless necklace, brought here at the beginning of the century by Lord Fenton Arwick, the Marquis' grandfather and eminent explorer, should have been part of her daughter's dowry for her marriage to the Duke of Newcastle. Her? Who's this her?
The Marquis. Notice the difference between quest and quiz.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see. Sorry. So, I'm going to place a simple question. Should we not, in all open-mindedness, ask ourselves if the necklace was not simply and deliberately exchanged for a fake by Mr. Holmes himself? I'm aware, dear readers, that the brutality of this question, without any preconceptions, may certainly shock some of you. But the facts are there, and our thoughts and judgments should not be confused with the regard which we all share for the famous detective. It is not the first time that the Globe Explorer has expressed its reservations as to Sherlock Holmes' methods. Do not forget our counter-investigation into the escape of Arsène Lupin, the Frenchman who took malign pleasures in tarnishing the image of our royal family, and who by lucky chance managed to elude capture by Mr. Holmes. At the time we did not hesitate to consider a tacit complicity on the part of the latter. For those who are familiar with Mr. Holmes, it is quite apparent that his character traits show more of the opportunist and brilliant usurper than that of an altruistic defender of the law. I would draw the attention of our readers to the suggestion that the description of this gentleman provided by his friends, Dr. John Watson, through his stories, is a long way from the truth. Wow, this just goes on and on, doesn't it? Indeed, his behavior is derisive, contemptuous, haughty, and offensive toward the police, in particular towards Inspector Baines, replacing Inspector Lestrade, who is currently convalescent. And oh, okay, he's sick, yeah, not on vacation. It's like a sort of vacation, yeah. And a habitual abuser of narcotics such as heroin and cocaine. This is why, dear readers, it is important to disregard Sherlock Holmes' good reputation in order to form an objective opinion and to ask the pertinent question: was the necklace that Holmes found already a fake? If that was the case, why did he not mention it, and why should he insist on placing it back within the safe himself? Has the detective some unsavory interest in this affair, or is it a simple case of deceit in order to steal the extraordinary Samoan necklace? It is up to you, dear readers, to form your own opinions, but you can count upon your humble servant to continue revealing to the public the doubtful methods and motivations of one who in the future I shall not hesitate to call Sherlock Holmes the usurper. To be continued, O. Farley. Oh, it's still going. Why?
It's important.
Oh, okay.
To the plot.
I was like, why? Why do we need another article? The ancestry of Prince Woodville recognized. The Lords Committee, set up in order to verify Prince Woodville's legitimacy, made its conclusions public last night. Without surprise, the prince's title was confirmed. As rumors suggest, in return of an unfavorable opinion by the committee, the prince would have abandoned any claim to the inheritance of the present royal family, as well as any political activity. The young man, now aged 28, read history and law at Oxford with a diploma in philosophy. He spent most of his childhood in France, where he acquired a considerable knowledge of the culinary arts. Cooking. For those who might think of this as a handicap when integrated into British high society, let me remind you that he is also outstanding in the polo field and plays the bagpipes quite beautifully. I don't know if you can play the bagpipes quite beautifully.
Yes, you can.
You can when they go with other stuff. Yeah, okay. You can play the bagpipes quite beautifully, just not early in the morning. Finally, we should add that lately he has become actively involved in charity work and aiding the poor. J.B. Good. Alright, that's it. We're done.
Prince Woodville, French culinary expert and bagpipe player, might be our next king. That's not so shocking, my dear fellow.
You know exactly to which article I'm referring, Holmes. How can Farley dare to tarnish your reputation like that?
You know, Watson, that wherever glory walks, jealousy is bound to follow. As for the forgery of the necklace, I suspect that we shall soon be enlightened in this regard. Come in, Inspector Baines, the door's open.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. How did you know I was here?
You are one of our rare
He does look
visitors
like
who
someone,
avoids
doesn't
the
he?
second to
Yeah,
last step of
I
the
know.
stairs, which creaks dreadfully. And if I add the clinking of the handcuffs at your belt, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit, Inspector?
Have you read that, Rag?
Yeah, who does he remind me of? Kind of reminds me of Harvey Dent.
Inspector, can you explain this slander? Has the necklace of the Samoas really been replaced by a fake?
I don't know how the reporter got hold of the information,
But that's
it's
not who
true.
I'm thinking of.
About the necklace, of course. I wouldn't permit myself to question the integrity and honesty of Mr. Holmes.
The necklace is a forgery? Impossible! I saw the Marquis authenticated before my very eyes, before Holmes returned it to its place.
Mr. Holmes, the Marquis believes Osmond Farley's theory. I shouldn't be surprised if the reporter isn't behind all this slander about you. He's a freelancer, well known for his explosive and subjective articles. In any case, the Marquis assures us that you were the last person to have the necklace in your hands.
Let's return to the Marquis's house, Holmes. I'm sure that we'll have no trouble in taking apart this theory.
It is unnecessary. Such allegations collapse on their own, like one of Mrs. Hudson's soufflés. Let us leave the police to solve this problem and turn our attention to the matters in hand.
Perhaps you are right, Holmes.
Inspector, I assume that you have the fake necklace with you. It's why you're here. Your superiors would like me to examine it.
Indeed. They would like you to confirm or deny putting this fake in the box.
Can't that wait? I must go to the house of Lord Peregrine Maitland, the Bishop of Knightsbridge. And the Marchioness?
She is beside herself. Without the necklace, her marriage is compromised. It is the principal item of the young woman's dowry.
What a lovely marriage. Holmes, forgive me for insisting, but don't you want to examine the fake jewellery?
Watson, I have an appointment, and it's out of the question that I arrive late.
It will only take you a couple of minutes. You really must quell the suspicions put forward in this appalling article. If you will allow me, Inspector.
Be my guest.
Very well.
What do you think, Holmes?
Oh, it's on the table. I didn't notice you put it on the table because. No.
What should we do next, Holmes?
No, stop talking to me. I'm busy. There we go. Find out if the necklace is authentic or not.
These 3 pearls are of poor quality. This pearl is a different color. This pearl is too small. It is not in its place here. Too many defects. This necklace is a fake. This is nothing but a vulgar copy, and at a glance it would appear that the forger has intended for it to be seen as such.
How could we have been fooled by such a blatant imitation? I don't understand.
Yes, how is it possible? Holmes, do you have a theory about this?
I have absolutely no idea. You insisted that I examine the necklace, and I have done so. Now it is important that I keep my appointment. I'm sure, Inspector, that you will throw some light on this affair.
Holmes.
You may accompany me, Watson, if you care to do so.
Goodbye, gentlemen. I'll keep you informed as to my inquiries.
Goodbye, Inspector. You mentioned a bishop, didn't you? Are we going to his home?
Yes, the Bishop of Knightsbridge. I put his address on our map of London on my desk. Would you get it for me, please?
All right, Holmes.
I mean, you're right by your desk. This is your desk. Why is Watson
I
doing
have
it?
found your map.
Also, did you notice on the clothes he's got like wrinkles and stuff now where his vest tightens? That's cool. So many little details we're getting in this one. Ooh, I like it. Ooh, the bishop is very wrinkly.
Already? How did you know?
May we see the Bishop of Knightsbridge?
Yes. Yes, of course. But come in.
He's very wrinkly. He looks more like
What
he's
has
dressed in
happened,
like
Reverend?
spandex versus actual
What?
cloth.
I don't know. It was last night, I think. I only just arrived, and I have made this macabre discovery.
Comes in like leather.
My God. How
It's
horrible.
too shiny.
I haven't called anyone. How did you know that?
Holmes!
You're too shiny,
Look.
buddy.
The Bishop, appallingly mutilated.
Gore Warning!
Nice conscience, nice.
I forgot.
Gore Warning.
How
Wow, that's like a
brutal. Look at him. He is barely
it's pretty
recognizable
good. We actually
now.
get bodies this time instead
How
of
could
just
any of God's
illustrations.
children be responsible for that?
Gore Warning!
They were evidently unworthy children, Reverend. Now do please try to calm yourself and focus, because we will need your assistance. Do you have any idea as to the motive behind this?
I haven't had time to do an inventory, but nothing appears to have been stolen. And anyway, His Excellency didn't own anything of great value. I don't know what else I can tell you.
Note this down, please, Doctor.
Doctor? But you aren't the police?
No, Reverend. I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson. We are here at the request of the Bishop.
In that case, I must ask you to leave, and not to touch anything. I must get in touch with the authorities without further delay.
Reverend, when the inspectors of Scotland Yard find themselves at a dead end, which they quite often do, I assure you, then they turn to me for help. If you will allow us to continue our investigation, then you shall have the answers to all of your questions.
Out of the question! I don't even know you! I'm going to call the police, whether you like it or not.
It would be better for everyone, Reverend, if you kept your temper. Watson, are you taking notes? This affair promises to be a complex one, therefore we must not overlook the slightest detail.
Yes, Holmes. I am keeping a meticulous set of notes. I have created a very clever deduction board. One thing we can be sure of
deduction
at the
board.
moment is that this crime was not for gain. The Reverend has informed us that nothing valuable was stolen, and indeed it would seem that the Bishop had nothing of any worth to take.
Very good, Watson. Do continue.
Looks angry all the time, this Sherlock. Make the right deductions based on the facts you have. Investigating the Bishop of Knightsbridge's. Bishop didn't note. I like how that zooms in on that. The bishop didn't own anything of value. Okay. Ooh, hello. You control Sherlock Holmes. Hey, look, there's a thing on the floor. No. How do I... How do I get it to...
Move closer.
There we go. No. Yeah, that's the one I want.
A broken pile and blood near the neck.
What a strange smell. Phew. Chemical components, I think.
To do science! Science! No, I want this one. No, stop it. There you go.
This stove is filled to overflowing.
So we were burning something then. No. That's a bit annoying. Where you can't decide between things, so we're gonna go over here. Ooh, puzzle.
I am missing some information.
Yeah, we are.
These traces reveal that the thieves tried to open this chest. Reverend,
Okay.
I'm missing something. An implement with which to open this chest. Could you tell me where to find it?
No, go to the devil.
What are you afraid of, Reverend? What is inside the chest?
I'm not afraid of anything. In fact, I do have the necessary implements, but if I have to give them to anyone, it will be to a representative of the law and no one else.
Okay, angry Reverend.
The picture of Peregrine Maitland, commander of the infantry brigade of Her Majesty's Guards at Waterloo.
The Bishop of Knightsbridge has the same name as his ancestor, an illustrious family.
Cool.
A whip?
No, it is a discipline for self-flagellation. It's a cilice designed to bruise the person wearing it. The bishop wore it as repentance. This very pious man must have had the habit of mortifying his flesh as a means of repentance.
But no, sorry. Okay, let's see if we can get back over here.
There is blood on this paperweight.
So we were whacking him with a paperweight. Oh, and look at how like the curtains bunch up at the bottom on the floor because they're a little bit long. Sorry. I'll just stop talking now. Look at this. Ooh, hello.
You can see by his expression that he suffered terribly.
His mouth is covered in blood, and I can make out strips of skin between his teeth.
His chest has been lacerated, I would say, with a very sharp and fine blade. His stomach is covered in scratches. Quite evidently, they weren't made recently.
Ooh, his fingers are very badly
wounds
broken.
were not made by his murderers.
Yeah, that's from his belt thing.
The fingers have been crushed and violently struck.
More fingers. Yeah,
The
that's not
fingers
the way
have been
fingers
crushed
should go.
and violently struck.
Oh, Sam agrees with you.
Oh, there's a finger.
A finger. Apparently, it doesn't belong to the Bishop
Oh.
of Knightsbridge.
That's
How
pleasant.
dreadful.
Someone else's finger.
These burns are terrible.
His feet have been burned.
My first impression is that he wears a size 9 shoe.
You! But what does it matter, Holmes?
Okay.
A piece of rope that was used to tie up that poor man.
Do we not care about whatever this is? Oops, sorry. I keep hitting the right click because you used to be able to back out with that. Okay, I think we got. Oh. It said there was something
His
here.
forearms have been
Okay.
ripped. Pieces of skin have been torn off. What do you think, Watson?
I'd say that he was eaten alive. Yet I've noticed a curious degeneration of the skin tissue around the wounds.
My dear friend, everything points to this man having gnawed at his own forearms.
That's unbelievable, Holmes.
Interesting. Okay, I think we got everything on the bot. No, we missed something.
This poor man was tied
Oh,
just
okay.
below the knees.
To stop him from walking, certainly, but mostly to free his feet.
My God, Holmes, this man was horribly tortured.
Yeah. Horribly tortured is.
Something is missing here.
Oh, yes? And what might that be?
His shoes. Watson, his shoes are missing.
They were burned in the fire.
A bottle of whiskey. I can make out fingerprints stained with blood and dirt.
Whiskey.
A broken bottle of whiskey. However, the Bishop of Knightsbridge was known for his sobriety. It would seem that the brutes who tortured the bishop to death were intoxicated with alcohol.
Maybe? Where do you look down there? No, 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 no. Did I miss something?
This metal rod
Oh.
is for fastening the chilies.
I see. Ugh, sorry I keep doing that. So does that mean I can open the safe with that? Ooh, maybe.
Impossible to...
Okay.
This door has not been forced. Where does it lead, Reverend?
To His Excellency's room. There is just a mattress and a stool.
The bishop's bedroom. It is very austere. Nothing in particular here.
What, this weird thing sticking out of it? Do we not care about that? No? We don't?
I don't know.
Do I need like my... Oh, I don't have a magnifying glass. Okay.
Closed. The veranda door hasn't been forced. Strange. Reverend, might I have the key?
No! You have no authority here. Let
I
me
like
call
how
the
he
police.
still isn't called the
Perhaps we
police.
should listen to him, Holmes.
Perhaps you should let me get on with this, Watson.
A surgical scalpel covered in blood. There isn't any doubt. The wounds on the bishop were administered with this scalpel.
Okay.
Watch where you're putting your feet, Watson. Have you noticed these prints upon the ground?
Well, yes, those muddy marks.
See here, Watson. Footprints can often provide more vital information than the very best of informants.
Yes, if you know how to make them talk, that is.
It's child's play, Watson. We will begin by excluding the contaminating prints, which are yours and mine from where we came in, and those of our dear Reverend who was so impatient to call the police.
Okay.
This print came from an expensive pair of shoes, and it seems recent. It is not a laborer's shoe. Hobnail boots like those worn by laborers. Hobnail boots.
Okay.
A fragment of stone. Peculiar. Well-worn shoes with an odd pattern on the soles.
Okay. Ooh.
Size 9.
Measures them for its own. That's cool.
Size 9. Size 9.5. Size 9. Size 9.5. Size 9. Nothing of interest here.
What? How many criminals were there? 2,
That's not right. Start again.
3.
Perfect. We now know that there were 3 crooks.
What did the footprints reveal? One man joined. I like this. It's like a questionnaire. One man joined those who were already in the room. One man left the room wearing different shoes. One man was carried so as to not leave footprints. All the men left the... What? What? All the men left the room jumping off one leg? So, these are going in. These are going out. So someone swapped their shoes.
Strange but true. One of the crooks was wearing a different pair of shoes when he left here. Therefore, we have 3 men who came in and left again, but one of them was wearing a different pair of shoes from the ones which he came in with.
So, all we have to do is look for a workman who likes Italian shoes.
Nice. Okay, and then there was something else. No, turn around, Holmes. About
I cannot
face.
leave now.
Oh, okay. Didn't want you to leave. Alright.
You have no right to search here.
Well, you could have kicked me out, you know. So I just have that thing, don't I? Let's see if this works. Maybe.
I need something.
I know, I don't know how to access my inventory, though. I gave you this. But you don't apparently want to actually use it?
Impossible to open it.
How do I get to my inventory? Conscience. I assume I need the little pokey thing, right? I don't remember.
I haven't pre-played this bit.
Well, because I've selected it. Like, I have it there.
Yeah. Then maybe it's not the thing you need?
A finger?
Don't think you need the thing.
Yeah, but I have nothing when I'm actually in here.
Maybe because it's not the right thing.
Well, the only thing that makes sense is the little pokey.
Yes, I agree.
But it doesn't want to actually
Impossible to open it.
give me my pokey thing.
I am missing some information.
Yeah. You don't have everything you need yet.
Well, he doesn't want to pick up. There's more little pokey things. But I don't have any, like, useful tools. This candle
Still got a ways to go in here.
is not working.
Closed.
Can I pick it with something?
Closed. Closed.
Okay, Reverend, what if I beat you up? Will you give me the
Let us look at our deduction board, Watson.
deduction? Okay, lack. The bishop's shoes are missing. Okay, shoes. One of the murderers left in different shoes. One of the murderers left wearing the bishop's shoes. Makes sense. One of the murderers sells shoes. The murderers are poor. One of the murderers came back for his shoes. Maybe they're poor? That makes sense, and he could sell the shoes. Okay, veranda. Veranda wasn't searched. Murderers were looking for something specific. Murderer got the wrong person. Bishop took the murderers by surprise. Are we looking for something specific? The murderers were hired by someone. Murderers searched for Bishop's shoes. Yes, they just wanted his shoes. They heard this bishop has the best Italian shoes around, therefore they had to kill him for his shoes. Murderers wanted to steal from the bishop. Be hired by someone. I got it all right.
You go.
I know, I am a brilliant detective. It's only taken, what, 3 games? 4 games? 4 games? Chest. Murderers were unable to open the safe. Victim was savagely tortured. Penitence. Bishop was mortifying himself. He was used to pain. Resisted torture. Punished himself too severely. Couldn't stand being tortured. He probably resisted. Murderer came here to kill the bishop. Murderers got what they wanted. Bishop's murderers didn't get what they wanted.
It is evident that the Bishop of Knightsbridge's killers were after something specific, and that they did not find it. Reverend, I shall ask you one more time. Open the chest. The item they were seeking must still be inside. It is unlikely that they will let this matter rest. They will most certainly return to finish what they started.
And I'm telling you once more, the chest is locked and shall remain so.
Very well. We have reached an impasse. You are a stubborn man, Reverend. Watson, accompany our friend to the police station and return with Inspector Baines. Baines and no one else. I shall wait for you here. Go. Alone at last. Now I can continue my investigation.
Fun.
Now try it. You might not just have not wanted to do it in front of the
I need something.
Nope.
documents.
I recovered the Oh, are these the things that you can
Yeah.
do?
So there's one for
Bomb
using
diffuser.
it less than a certain amount of times.
Discovered a hidden code.
Those are all story ones, and then the other side.
Ew. Found all the items from
in
my
Baker
past
Street,
adventures.
there's like the knife on the thing, the painting of the Reichenbach, the
Oh,
portrait
cool.
of Irene Adler.
Very fine loafer. Huh, that's cool. I like how they added achievements to this one. Can
This
we-
lock should be easy to pick. Let's
Okay.
see.
Oh, this looks like fun.
That's pretty simple.
So what am I... Oh, I see. What am I...
That's pretty simple.
What? What does this... What?
It's, as I keep saying, pretty simple.
What? What's this doing?
It's you're picking the lock.
Yeah, but what is this doing? Like, where am I... What am I...
That's not
your
right.
lockpick.
Start
You're trying
again.
to make it to the shape of the tumblers. It's very clearly shown to you what to do.
Oh, I see there. I'm dumb. No, I didn't notice this drawing at first. I thought I had to, like, connect it to this or something. Does that seem right? Yeah, that's right. Okay.
There we are. It is simplicity itself. There
I
isn't
don't
anything much
understand
in
how
this
that
room.
works,
It must
but
be used
sure.
as a reading or meditation room. An ink stain, quite fresh. This stain is just on the edge of the rug. Let's see. There is nothing on the floor, yet the ink must have soaked through the rug.
Perplexing. Oh, look at these plants. They look so good. I know they're just plants, but like, look, they even have like reflection on the tops. They're shiny. Look at these, I like to call them dust beams coming through the windows.
The rays of sunlight.
Yeah, dust beams.
Not everyone has exceeding amounts of dust.
Dust beams. Like dust beams. They have dust in them. Look, they're dusty.
Yeah, there's a little bit of dust.
I'm not 100% sure what there's. Every once in a while, like when I was standing over here, and I would move a certain way, it would blur. I think that's just when you're like in one of the light beams, it blurs just the way that it is. Yeah, look at this. Even like, look at the stone texture. It's so much better.
An ink stain.
So they rotated the carpet. There's a green line on there.
This inkwell was tipped over recently. The ink stain on the floor comes from the ink on the rug, but they are not in the same place. Someone has moved the
It's a
rug
burrito.
recently.
Burrito rug.
Apparently, someone wanted to hide this statue.
Interesting.
This horse resembles a large chess piece.
You're making me play chess.
No.
I'm not
There's a
good at
message
chess.
underneath this statue.
It's not
Let's
chess.
see.
What a lack of imagination. Use your passion for chess. The last square on which the knight will place himself after having covered all the others will be the right one. I love you.
This message was written by
no.
a woman, but for whom was it intended? Interesting, this chess game.
Oh no.
That is curious. There is something strange on the floor. Certain stones have been marked out, just like a chessboard.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. I forgot. I'll let you try it a few times to see if you can happen on it by luck.
What? I don't
Do you
even
know how a knight moves?
in an L.
Yeah. You have to maneuver the knight in the right pattern so that you cover every single square of this chessboard.
Oh dear.
Without missing a single one, and the last one you land on, if you do it correctly, is the answer.
Uh-huh. Well, this is fun.
And if you land on it by some sort of bizarre genius the first time,
Then I am a miracle worker.
no, you're not. You fail.
That's
I
not
can't
right. Start
land?
again.
Oh, okay.
No.
Start
It was
again.
so easy if you could re-land.
I was close. I only had like what, 5 left?
Mhm.
Okay, so I gotta think about it. So my
Mhm.
first move can either be here or here.
Mm-hmm.
So let's try this one. And then from here it just goes to crap because I can go anywhere. Let's try going here. I don't know. How am I gonna do this?
This is exactly the path you took last time.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm a creature of habit. What can I say? Be there. There. There.
That's not right.
No.
Start
Kill
again.
myself. Well. I do not like this puzzle.
That's
No.
not right. Start again.
And Conscience is not going to be any help because Conscience did not play this game.
Oh, I have to look this up every time I do this.
Look, I made a diamond.
It's very nice. Yeah, I have to look this up every time I do this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, if you have to look it up, there is no hope for me.
Because you'd think there'd be a pattern. There is sort of a pattern.
Oh no! I'm running out of tiles. Oh no!
That's not right.
Nope.
Start again.
Okay. Well, oops, I keep hitting things. I think we're gonna end this episode here because I have no idea what I'm doing with this chessboard. I will.
You should finish the Bishop of Knightsbridge.
What?
You should finish the Bishop of Knightsbridge.
Well, if I knew how to play chess,
You
I
don't
would.
need to know how to play chess, you just need to look up what order to do them.
Conscience wants to cheat.
I cheat.
Alright,
Just a sec.
Conscience is looking it up because we are defeated. I mean, yeah.
I'm sure if I played this game like over and over again.
You could probably figure it out. And I mean,
Oh, yeah. You could eventually figure it
yeah,
out.
you could eventually figure this out, but for
Maybe it's better if you actually play chess.
the sake of my sanity, we are going to look this up.
Yeah.
Alright, where am I going?
Just a sec.
Conscience is looking. It's only Monday.
No, 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 no. Go away. I guess I do use actually. No. Yeah, go away. No, go away! Sorry. Alright. Did the foot. If if I say C2, do you know what that means?
Are you doing ABC
Yeah.
2? Okay. Alright, we're gonna do this, guys. Okay. So C2,
E1,
E1,
D3,
D3,
E5,
5? What? How do we get there?
E5.
E5.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was-
Yeah.
I can't count. Okay.
C4.
Yep.
A5.
5, okay.
B3.
Yep.
C1.
Yep.
E2.
E2,
D4.
D4. I mean, we're kind of working in a circle.
B5.
Yeah, so we're kind of
A3.
circling.
B1. D2. E4. C5. Where are we? A4. B2. D1. E3. D5. B4. A2.
Oh,
This
it's a
last
little one.
piece should be
Yeah,
the good
except
one.
that you have to
It
do
will
that.
have to
Yeah.
be pulled free. I need something.
Hold free. Aha! Cool. Yeah, so I have no idea. Like, you just have to mess
Trial and
around
error.
with that forever to try and
It
figure
tells
that
you
out on
clearly
your own.
what to do. It's just a pain to actually do
Yeah,
it.
and it seems like you had to move in a circle, but that would take 6,000 years to figure out, unless you're some sort of chess genius. 24th of April, my love, what a beautiful spring, and what a marvelous day, our dear youngest child's birthday. Every moment is so precious as our child blossoms, and without a doubt, he will soon be talking. I am sure that his first word will be for you. He misses you so much, as do I. Are you sure you cannot get away on Sunday after Vespers? I thought that. 14th of September, my darling, I know that you think I am insistent, but we absolutely must legitimize our union. We cannot live in sin all our lives. 3rd of March, rest assured, my dear, that I understand your position, and it's not easy. But you have you thought about ours, our children's and my children's? I cannot allow our children's future to be compromised. Think about it, my love. What is so-called scandal next to the well-being of your family? We must become husband and wife legally, to finally form a real fam.
A packet of letters addressed to the Reverend. They were written by a woman who mentions his illegitimate children. Their affair isn't official. Perfect. I have you now, my wayward
Blackmail.
Reverend.
I like it. Okay. Well, that was fun. Are we putting things back? No, we don't care about him. But yeah, like, look at his clothes. His coat has, like, the extra fabric is in, like, little billows. It's so cool. It moves, like, even if I'm just standing still, when my head moves, and he sways a bit, like he moves which foot he's standing on, my coat sways. My top hat has sheen. Look at that. Oh, sorry. Just going gaga on graphics. He looks angry. Watson just looks surprised.
Ah, Watson, you were gone a terribly long time, and Inspector Baines isn't with you?
I'm afraid not, Holmes. We were unable to find him.
Dr. Watson would not allow me to contact any inspector other than this Baines. What manners! I am a man of the church.
My
Dressed
dear
in leather.
Reverend, I notice that you are a chess lover. I trust you will excuse me, but I am never able to resist the appeal of a half-finished game.
You are an expert at chess. Very well then. What do you want now?
As you might have guessed, resolving your small chess problem has allowed me to discover some very interesting letters.
Letters? What do they say?
Reverend, why hide these letters here and run the risk of the bishop finding them?
Holmes, what's in the letters?
Not now, Watson.
Where else could I have hidden them? My own chambers are too austere. They could offer no cover. I knew, however, that His Excellency, may he rest in peace, would not notice my game.
The contents of the Bishop of Knightsbridge's chest interest me greatly. Give me the elements you hold, Reverend.
Out of the question.
Corruption, blackmail, or threat. Ooh, do I get to choose? Yeah. You should not give me such power. Ooh.
I am a gentleman, and it would distress me to be obliged to pass this correspondence across to your superiors.
Holmes, I know that the end justifies the means, but allow me to express some reservations about how you are proceeding.
You say you're a gentleman, but I hear nothing but the words of a blackmailer. The stems that you are looking for are scattered about this room. Manage by yourself.
I will, because I spotted several of them. No. Thank you. Cool. Now, ugh, this thing is annoying me a bit. Because I'm so used to right-click for... Okay, there was one in his bed. Because I can. So blackmail didn't work. This time. This time. Okay. How many are there? I like how he didn't respond to blackmail. I can go wherever I want. And you can't stop me. Wow. 1 stick, 2 stick, 3 stick.
You can combine.
Can I?
Oh, no, you can't. Never mind.
They don't combine. Ugh, see, right used to just close things for me. Thank you.
You have won.
Evidently, as I always do. What are you able to tell us about the Bishop of Knightsbridge's last days?
I feel like
Did
I
anyone
recognize
come to
Holmes'
visit him?
voice.
Did he seem worried, anxious? Do not omit the smallest detail.
His nephew came to see him yesterday at His Excellency's request. I found this visit a little peculiar because the young man rarely visits his uncle.
Do you know why that might be? Were they on bad terms?
I don't think so. It's rather a consequence of his work. The young man is employed within the archive section of the Royal Library, which doesn't leave him with a lot of free time.
Do you know the reason for his summons?
No, but the conversation was very
What's
heated.
his face is
It only lasted for a few minutes and ended with the nephew in a terrible rage.
Interesting.
I've answered your questions. Will you now let me contact the authorities?
I'm afraid not, Reverend. Not just yet. All right, now we can open the safe.
Okay. How do I... Oh. How do I know where to put these?
Did you find a note? Did he say anything?
No. It says now I should be able to open the safe.
Oh, have fun.
Why? I'm gonna look around, see if there's maybe something that would tell me what I'm doing. Why, Frogwares? Why with the weird games? Puzzles. Why? Why do you do this to me, Frogwares? No. I don't see anything that looks like this. Okay. Well, let's... Oh. Flash is red. So I'm assuming that's wrong then? What the...
Oh, I know this one. I don't remember if there's a note. Basically, you can't have any pin in the same column, row, or diagonal. You have to put all the pins on.
Oh. Nope.
Because if you, no, just put one in! Now put the next one in!
Yep.
And if you put it in wrong, like in one that matches, then the other one will disappear. So leave that one alone. No, they can't be in the same diagonal. I told you that already.
That wouldn't be the same diagonal.
Yes, it would.
Oh, yeah, it would.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Leave me alone. Go in there. Nope. I killed it.
Have fun.
Oh, why, Frogwares? Why do you hate me?
It's just to mess
Yep. Oh, I got 5.
with you. Good job.
Okay, this row needs 1. Can't go there. 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 So it has to go there.
Can't go there.
Oops. Okay, this row. No, no, no. 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 Yes. This row. No, 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 no.
Now I can open the chest.
That's not bad. That was like, what, my 3rd try? 4th try once I actually knew what I was supposed to be doing. Not bad, not
Here
bad.
we are. I am eager to discover what remarkable treasure could justify such an act.
But yeah, I feel like if you're gonna have a puzzle like that, you need to have some sort of clue.
Yeah, it's pretty
This chest is impenetrable. How is it possible? No one other than the bishop should be able to open it.
You open the chest with disconcerting ease, Holmes.
I've seen and heard quite enough. This time you won't stop me.
Catch him, Watson.
What the? But why?
Run, Watson. Hurry.
Just that me running? Oh, no. Okay, good. I thought I was gonna have to do a chase scene.
He's escaped. I hope that your motivations are founded, Holmes. I don't much like skirting around the edges of the law like this.
It is annoying. Let's leave without delay.
What have you found in the chest, Holmes? What in there is so precious for these men to commit such terrible acts?
The Reverend was telling the truth. Nothing important was locked inside the chest, apart from a few religious items which are hardly worth stealing.
So, we haven't made any headway. Perhaps the police will.
By the time the police arrive, we shall be a long way from here, Watson. We are leaving.
We are leaving. Holmes is leaving.
What should we do
No,
next,
no,
Holmes?
no. Shut
Let
up.
us return to Baker Street as quickly as...
To Baker Street.
We have crossed London at a breakneck speed. We could have knocked someone over, and naturally I had to pay the cabbie out of my own pocket.
Watson, stop complaining. We have to analyze the clues found at the bishop's house.
Alright, well, that is where I'm going to leave this episode. We're going to do science next episode. Something to look forward to. So thank you very much for joining me in Sherlock Holmes' Testament. I am much happier.
not the name of the game.
The Testament of Sherlock Holmes. Sorry, I'm so used to putting something after the Sherlock Holmes, not before. It's not my fault. But yes, I'm much happier with how this game looks. I like that I'm able to move with my own keys and stuff. It's a lot nicer for me, I feel. Yeah, so I'm excited to see where this goes. So we'll see you next time.